And there it is. We have started the battle. And look at that. We don't have 4 Massachusettses. Huh.
Nope.
What we have, are you ready, sir?
I am. Do you want to take green?
All
I'll
right.
take red.
Sure. So, Team Balls is bringing with them an Odin, a Massachusetts, a Kremlin, and a Repulse.
On the side of JEDI, they're bringing the Massachusetts, the Ohio, and Alabama. So you're getting 3 USA ships.
America!
They're sticking Gooseneck out there in a Normandy, the Tier 6 French ship.
In silver ranked camouflage. Normandy is an interesting pick on this map. I mean, it's got pretty decent secondaries. The guns are pretty good as well. But I do feel like Repulse is probably a better ship overall than the Normandy. We'll have to see how it's used, of course.
Yeah, it will. Also, Alabama, not something you see a ton. Interesting to see how this choice benefits them.
Yeah, you know, it's a curious thing. When you've got one Massachusetts, why not just bring another Massachusetts? It's perhaps Spam Solo does not have one.
Shots out on the Repulse from the Ohio.
Yeah,
They're
Steve
heading
RX
over
is
there.
broadside. This is kind of dangerous for him to be shooting like that, but nothing coming back at him. Here comes the Alabama shells. These could really hurt.
Yeah. And one thing
And they're HE.
interesting-
Oh no, he fired HE.
One thing interesting I'm seeing is Clanky and the Odin firing HE at the Massachusetts. Now, you might say, why fire HE? But Odin, remember, is notorious for not the greatest gun dispersion. Plus, Massachusetts secondaries, get the secondaries off the field, makes your job a little bit easier.
Damn right.
Especially because
So-
they're no longer indestructible.
Armored Prayer on my channel says, what about Quad Zeton? Oh god, the humanity. All the Hydro, all the
humanity.
Torps, all the secondaries, all the Star Destroyers.
Problem is that you get chunked really easily in those. I mean, we saw what happened to Boggsy and a Schlieffen when he wasn't careful. And Zeton is so much less tanky than the Schlieffen.
Now, Captain Clanky did change to AP against that Bama, and I think he probably wishes he had HE going. But he might change that. He's currently healing now. He's sitting on a fire. We've got Ohio, Massachusetts pushing into C-Cap. And look at Silver Fox in the Repulse. I think he's almost playing it like he brought a Butsu instead of a Repulse, huh?
Yeah, it is interesting. It's also interesting to look at this strat from JEDI. Look at Bama and Normandy down on the J line. They're all the way out there. They're letting their Ohio and Massachusetts push, and they're trying to be the hammer to the anvil so that they get them in a crossfire if the ships at A, the Massachusetts, the Odin, and the Kremlin, try to turn to not give broadside to their heavy hitters.
Right, it's going to force a broadside on either side, and it's a very smart play. Quite frankly, I'm interested in seeing why the Repulse is kiting away in the direction he is. I think that Silver Fox would have been better suited to kite towards Alpha 10, because then he could move down that line and get on the Massachusetts and Ohio's broadside. Granted, it's a tier 6, but it is still a threat.
That is true. Clanky taking some big damage there. He's down to 30,000. But, I mean, with 7 minutes left in the game, it's still anybody's chance to win.
There's plenty of time left.
Hasn't really seen a big decision yet.
There is plenty of time left. The difference, though, is that JEDI is about to cap C. They are being reset here and there. And that does it. Okay.
Ooh.
Good reset there. But the key is, nobody has any caps right now. If JEDI gets a cap, that's huge because this match is only 6 minutes and 30 seconds left. So, at the most. So, any 1 point gain is going to be huge for that team. It's going to put the opposite team on the back foot.
Exactly, and the Ohio of JEDI, Just Spade, is staying dark so that he can cap. He's just been detected, so expect to see shots out here from the Repulse or the Odin to try to reset him. Problem is that Captain Clanky and the Odin's at 24k, and they're trying to get him off the field.
Oh, goodness,
Looks like the shells will reset. There's the hits, there's the reset, all the way back down. Still no cap. Slight health advantage to the side of Balls, but
look at the Kremlin yet. Look at the Kremlin repositioning now. Steve RX is moving to intercept the Ohio and the Massachusetts. I love this play because the Ohio and the Massachusetts, of course, do not have torpedoes. The only thing they can do is set him on fire and keep him lit. So him going there is going to basically put a block in there for getting C cap, and it's definitely going to block their ability to get out of C, even if they manage to cap it. Yeah. That being said, Clanky is still quite low.
Yeah, and Normandy is starting to push up on the flank. They've gone all the way down, but I have to wonder if it was too far down into the J line before turning up and in. Because, as you said, we're at 5 minutes remaining, we're about to hear. Still no cap, though. It looks like there's C finally being capped.
There it is.
And now the pressure is on Balls to do anything in this game.
Correct. And I was going to say, I know you're what you just said about the Normandy, but quite frankly, he's got all the time in the world. Look at that hit on Clanky from the Normandy. So he doesn't need to worry about turning up right now, especially now that his team just capped and team Balls does not have a cap, although Dynfern is trying desperately to get into B and get the cap. Even then, they're still at a cap disadvantage because the enemy team had a point gain, and there goes Captain Clanky in the Odin to the Normandy of all things.
Now we're going to have to watch what happens here. Steve RX is about to push into C. B is going to be capped, which will mean that points lead will sit at 120 with 4 minutes.
Nope.
Silver
Reset.
Fox. Oh, yeah.
Spam solo. Spam solo, the Alabama with the reset.
Spade. Just Spade got slapped.
He's getting spade.
Oh. I mean,
but you're right.
Bob Barker, always make sure to spay and neuter your pets, folks.
And he's coming out broadside, and that's a huge hit right there. We're going to see that again. Dynfern just having the right shot angle for that shot. Beautiful.
Problem is still that points lead is growing, and 1 kill more may not be enough. You have to get a cap if you're the side of Balls to have a chance here with 3.5 minutes. And Calvary is just trying to back away because he knows that Kremlin's going to be pushing forward to try to kill him.
So it could be a cap, but I think that their way back in is another kill. And in my opinion, that their kill is going to have to be that Massachusetts. The others are quite low. Dynfern taking a big hit from Gooseneck's Normandy, who's got his side now. Remember what I said about the importance of flanking on this map? You can see it right here. That Normandy flanking, preventing Dynfern from being comfortable sitting where he is. He can have all the secondaries in the world, but if he shows too much side, it doesn't matter.
Now, we're going to have to watch that fight carefully because we got 2 fights here. Steve RX trying to not die to the Massachusetts. And his health might be enough, honestly, to not die if the Ram comes in here. You got to think, based off of the Massachusetts guns, he's looking at getting the drive-by. But I'm not convinced that this is a kill on the Ram.
No. It's either going to be a dual kill or... Oh, Steve survives!
Yeah. And that now frees up Dynfern to drive into B, get behind the island, and let the repulse look. Because look at Gooseneck. Gooseneck is healing, but the points lead has switched to the side of Balls now, and they are taking 2 caps to the 1 of JEDI.
And that's the thing about this tournament. It's amazing how easily things can just flop. One key
it's
play.
Something great about 4 ships.
Yeah, one key play, one key moment. Now the repulse should be, in theory, Silver Fox should be aiming to reset the Normandy. He is good. If he can keep the Normandy reset, and if Steve and Dynfern are able to cap, Dynfern's going to get reset again here by the Alabama. Yep.
But Steve's not. Steve gets the cap right here. And that's the Normandy down to 17,000, and the repulse
from the
is
Kremlin.
Still firing that HE, and yeah, that Kremlin's got the angle now.
So the repulse, in my opinion, is going the wrong way. This is the second time I've said that. Sorry, Silver Fox, but I think that Silver would have been better off going to the 1 line here, just so he could open up that flank and also prevent the Normandy from rolling up around the behind of Dynfern's Massachusetts. That's right, Kitten. The pressure is on Balls.
The pressure is on Balls, indeed. Barnacles and lengthy long ships, by the way, if you want their official name.
Oh, I mean, their official name's important, of course.
It is.
Here comes a butt turret shot on Gooseneck. Gooseneck hits W, gets out of the way.
Another set of shots in, though. Oh, nope. And those are a bit short. That being said, 38 seconds left. At this point, JEDI needs a kill.
JEDI needs to play a mind trick right now, and it's not going to happen.
They are up against Jabba the Hutt in that case.
Womp, womp, womp,
Also,
womp.
happy birthday to John Williams, the great composer, 90th birthday.
Oh, wow, nice.
And with 10 seconds left, I mean, they're looking. Gooseneck's trying to get around, but Danefern hasn't given him the angle. And despite the early lead, there's another cap. And with 3 seconds to go, it's clear that your winner will be Balls in game number 1.
Fantastic game. A lot of fun to watch. A lot of fun to cast, as always.
Oh, yeah. That was an enjoyable game. And that was 2 teams that were playing it pretty well. I mean, as you said, when you have 4v4s, a single mistake can swing an entire game. I mean, JEDI was putting a lock on that game. And then, I mean, I understand why the Ram, but you have to question the choice of the Ram there.
I mean, especially against the Kremlin of all things. You can get on its flank, you can sit it all, slap it easily. And the decision to just take that Ram, even if he got the kill off, it was still not exactly a good position that they were leaving their team in. So I don't know about this either. All I know is I'm starting Stream Raiders.
I'll be starting my Stream Raiders soon. And we just got a